Hey everyone, I'm Heather Joy Smith for Pop Hearts TV, and today I'm bringing you a New York native, Hayes Warner, who is taking the music scene by storm, bringing a rapid fire and fast paced Big Apple energy, and landing herself on Spotify's Pop Rising playlist recently. Welcome, Hayes.
Hi, thank you for having me. Thanks for the intro.
Yeah, I'm so excited to chat with you today. You have some new music that was just released, so we'll get into that. But growing up in New York and being in the center of like entertainment and Broadway and all the musicals that are going on there, did that help shape your career into what you are today?
100%. Like, there's just an energy, and it sounds so cheesy, but just being around people that whatever it is that they're doing, it's just they're going at it hardcore. They're on the grind. They're, nonstop. It definitely instilled that, kind of energy in me. And it's kind of what I try to bring to my music in terms of sound, but also with what I'm doing. So for sure, New York Die Hard.
Talk about your sound for those who may have not heard your music before. What can they expect? What kind of pop would you say it is? Because it's a little bit different.
hmm Yeah, no, I kind of how I describe New York and being there, I like to kind of describe my music. I try and bring a little bit of an edge and sassy, rhythmic, in your face energy to my music. And it's, I love sounds like that. I have a song out called Shut Up that I think really, nails that sound. And then I also really love, being vulnerable and emotional in some other songs, not just staying in that niche of, the sassy in your face, but my most recent song, Airport, kind of taps into that, super emotional, vulnerable, honest, that. But those two sides.
Awesome. Talking about versatility, you went to Northwestern. Congratulations on graduating.
Thank you. Thank you this
Uh,
year.
yeah, and you were a musical theater in there. So talk about
Oh
how
yeah.
that kind of works into the whole musical career you have as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, musical theater was totally a huge, part of my growing up. I have so much respect for musical theater actors and singers. It's just the singing, acting, dancing training that goes into doing that is so intense and it requires, so much patience and talent. And I was really lucky to get to, train in that same, energy and around those talented people and learn from them and, wake up early and go to auditions and, do open dance calls. And I was really lucky to go to college for that and get to study that. And sounds of the city blaring in the background. But anyway, so yeah, musical theater was really a big part of my growing up, and I was lucky to get to go to college for it.
That kind of like always on the go and having to do auditions and the
Yeah.
grind of the musical theater, it probably helped you too for now, like going on tour. You recently went out with Fetty Wap, open for Louis Capaldi. That probably helps with all of that as well, I imagine.
100%. Like it's just, even I related to like I was in Legally Blonde in college and I, was Elle and it was just so much stamina getting through those shows and I loved it. Like I loved every second of it, don't get me wrong, but it's an athleticism that you have to keep yourself healthy. You have to make sure your voice is intact. You have to make sure you're, stretching and staying on your best shape. And those same vocal exercises, that same mentality of taking care of yourself, like it's totally what is getting me through, touring, which I love. Like touring is my favorite part of all of it, but it's those, musical theater values in me that
Absolutely. Do you have
continue.
any good stories or fun times from going out on tour recently?
Yes. So yeah, so I was just talking about this, like people always ask me about like Fetty Wap because he's just, and it was crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
what's going on? I'm literally on tour with Fetty Wap. He's just a really normal guy. Like he has kids and a family, and before shows, he's just downstairs like eating, chicken and mac and cheese with his family, and I'm just like there with them. Like it was just so surreal. I was like, I grew up idolizing you and your music, and now I'm just like eating mac and cheese before a show and like not being treated weirdly. It was really kind of weird, like surreal.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. And another key moment, like I was saying, like growing up in New York, I went to this venue, Mercury Lounge, all the time. I had tickets to see Dua Lipa there in 2016. And I just performed there. It was my second time performing there. Is going to be April 26th, where I'm headlining. But I just performed there a few months ago, and I was nervous. I'm like, oh my God, this is an iconic place for me. But I sold it over capacity that we had to pull the fire alarm and everyone had to evacuate. It was like crazy. I was like, oh, it was just, that was really an iconic, everyone was allowed back in and we had to like, cut it off or whatever. But like to feel that support where I grew up going was really like a crazy key moment for me. That was wild.
That's definitely one of those pinch me moments. I think.
Yeah. I was like, what's going
time.
on? Like people have to evacuate? Like, why are you here? Yeah. That's how I felt. It was crazy.
After much anticipation, your new single is out, Airport. It is so powerful, such a great song. Love it, love it, love it. What has been everyone's reaction to it? What are they saying to you on social media? What are you hearing?
I mean, that's kind of also why I released Airport next. So I released Shut Up last in November, and then I chose the next single as Airport because it's just so honest for me. Like I wrote it very quickly. I wrote it completely about a situation I was going through, and I had been teasing it on TikTok, and it just like it did that thing where I like refresh my feed. I'm like, what is going on? Like it did, got a couple million views, which was, crazy. I had people following me on all platforms being like, where's Airport? Where's Airport? Where's Airport? And it just was like surreal to get that support, for a song before it's out. Mm-hmm. And then that Mercury show that I was just talking about, like everyone was belting it out. It was just before it's come out. And so I just like, I knew it needed to be out in the world, and I'm so proud of it. And it's, really vulnerable and a little too honest. No, not too honest, but honest.
Love it.
Very honest. And it's been amazing, getting that reaction from people. So yeah, it's been awesome.
The music video is coming out this week, and I got to talk about the logistics of how you actually pulled this off in an airport.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
TSA, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, it was. People are like at the BTS of this is like people are like, I'm like, sorry. It was like, I mean, we did it at JFK, which was honestly what I was writing this about. Like,
right.
This song was like taking place. I was like, this is where I cried. Like, it was in JFK. I like was picking up my baggage from the baggage claim like multiple times, and people were like, do you need help? And I was like, I'm okay. But we pulled it off. It's totally legal. It worked. We did it in baggage claim, JFK, guerrilla style. And then what was really, really cool is there's a hotel called the TWA Hotel that's right next to JFK. It's kind of iconic. It's like sort of new, and it's an old airport terminal. And they have an old plane, like an old TWA plane that's become a bar. So it's like, it's just crazy. Like there's a shot of me drinking on a plane, which is what I'm singing about. And I'm literally in a bar on a plane because they made it. It was just perfect.
Wow.
So I played them the song. I know, it was really crazy. It's the cover art too. Like it looks like people were commenting on my TikTok like, oh, you have a private jet? I was like, no, I don't. Okay.
Not yet anyways.
Yeah, please. No, let's not manifest that bad energy. Like I want it, but not yet. But it was really the perfect place for it. They were so awesome and supportive. They gave me some of their merch, which I then, gave out in a merch giveaway, added my own little, logo flair to it. But it was really cool. So I'm excited about this video for sure.
So cool. Speaking of amazing opportunities, you just got the opportunity to go to South by Southwest, and we're performing there and taking over some events. Talk about that experience and like meeting people who are fans of yours, essentially.
It was really crazy. Like I've always viewed South by Southwest as like a moment that I was like dying to go to, more because it's so focused and like nice to developing artists. It's not just like, the head, which I also love, like headlining, big name artists, but it's really artists that I'm like, oh, I know your name. Like, I like your song, keep doing you, keep growing. And, that also brings in fans of developing artists. So like people were coming up to me like, oh my God, you're the drinking on the plane girl. And I'm like, yeah, like, it was really crazy. Like to be out in the world and meet people that like know you through TikTok. Like it was really crazy. And I got to, coordinate and see a lot of people that I like work with on Zoom that help me with my music that I've never met face to face, but like everyone was just there. So
Yeah.
it was great. I loved South by. I want to go again every year. Go back to Austin. Love
Yeah.
Austin too.
Oh,
Like
awesome city.
so cool.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And you have your upcoming EP coming out, I imagine pretty soon.
Yeah.
What can people look forward to with that? And are you still working on it? Is it done?
So in terms of date, we're still figuring that out. And I love releasing singles because I get to really like focus on it. So I'm definitely going to do another single, but it's going to come out either early summer or late spring, the EP. And it's more of a process of just editing what I want on there. Cause I've been recording music for years now and just like so long. And I've just hold on to this music for so long. So it's kind of like, what do I think goes together and represents who I am most now? And it's gonna be a collection, Shut Up, Airport, and my next single will definitely be on there.
Mhm.
And I'm excited. It's gonna be like basically what I said before. I think who I am really and like what I want to represent my music is just that sassy, rhythmic, in your face, you know, make you want to go crazy pop that, I think I came out and Shut Up, but I have a lot more like that.
Mhm.
And then I also want a side that's, vulnerable and telling, when I went going through and whether it's sad or introspective or whatever it is, but like that airport sound, I want to have both of that represented on an EP. So
Yeah.
that's my goal.
And you've been writing songs since you were very young. So I imagine you
Uh,
wrote all of the songs on the EP or most of them.
I those the ones from like 14, like those were in the track. Like those are gonna be in like the deep, deep, deep files. I
Like
hope they
never
never
come
see the
up
earth.
ever.
I mean, like I was part of them for a good amount of time. Now they drive me crazy. Like I've had them for too long, and they're just not, who I am
Yeah.
anymore. I'm like goodbye. I don't even know what that lyric is, but it kind of getting to experiment and write and kind of find that sound and getting to be in a studio with different producers all these years has really helped me figure out what I want to do and how I want to, what sound I want to have. So it's gonna probably be stuff that's more recent that I've made because it's more me now. But who knows? I could throw in a 14-year-old. I mean, Like You're in Mine, which is out, I wrote really young. Like I was like, I love Like You're in Mine, but it was very,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's early me.
Difference from then and now. So yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Okay, so I have some fun rapid fire type questions for you. So, whatever comes to your mind first, you're just gonna say out loud. You ready?
Edit it out. I'm kidding. Yeah.
Okay, if you could go on a plane somewhere right now, where would you go?
Ooh, I mean, it's raining outside and it's pretty cold. So I would say like Caribbean,
Ooh, yeah.
maybe Florida,
Yep.
Miami.
If you could, if you could be in any Broadway show, what would it be?
In it?
Yes.
I would say Next to Normal, which is off Broadway, but it's
Okay.
just like my favorite show. I love it.
Musical influences.
I am obsessed with Gwen Stefani, Pink, Joan Jett, Fergie. Those some lists. I love Fletcher now. I really love Fletcher.
Love Fletcher. Yes.
Love Fletcher. That's a big now one, but yeah.
Randomest thing in your purse at the moment.
Vitamin C pills.
Oh, okay. That's
Think,
always good to have on
you
hand.
know? Yep. I'm like aggressively taking them.
Yeah. Favorite restaurant.
Oh God. Oh God. I'm like not a food like I love food, but I love like those like three places like around my block. So I'm gonna say and people be like, what? I like this restaurant called Paola's. It's
Okay,
it's near my house. It's great chicken.
that works. What goes in your ultimate smoothie?
Almond milk. I'm very lactose intolerant.
Okay.
Um, like peanut butter.
Ooh.
I'm not really sure. Like it's like these other sus ingredients, probably a lot of like dates, like sugar,
Okay.
agave. Um, I'd say peanut butter, banana, and almond milk.
Nice choice.
Yeah.
If you could have a picnic with anyone, who would you want to have a picnic with?
Ooh. I mean, just off the top of my head, I'm probably gonna say something stupid because like I haven't thought enough about it. Um, I would definitely want to hear from Fletcher just because I've been, following her career from like day one. I
Yeah.
just want to hear her opinions and advice and hear what she's up to and yeah, write a song with her. But
Exactly. Something recently that made you say, shut up.
let's think. There I was walking to the grocery store and a rat just like ran right in front of me, like
Oh
over
no.
my shoes. Like this was last night, and I it wasn't shut up. It was like,
Yeah, yeah, I was
but
the other kind
it's
of shut
similar
up.
sentiment, and I honestly can't shake it. It's still, there's definitely something that someone said that made me say shut up, but the
Mhm.
rat really
No, no.
to my mind.
Favorite quote or mantra?
That's such a good question. I'm not gonna quote anything right. Whatever it would be, I would quote it incorrectly, and I think I have to
I
abstain
actually
from
like that
one.
answer better.
Yeah, I'd watch it back and like cringe. I can't say it.
All right. And now the most important question of the entire day. Tequila or champagne?
Whatever you do, do them separately. I thought I meant I drink tequila and then I drink champagne.
Not
But
together.
people have just smoothied it, and it's not right.
Not right at all.
Not right.
Well,
Close, but separate.
yeah, separate, we're good.
Yes, there you go.
Thank you so much for chatting with me today. Really appreciate it. Everyone, make sure you go and download, stream whatever you can for Airport and check out for the music video coming out this week. Super excited. Where can everybody find you on social media if they're not already following you?
So I'm Hayes Warner, Hayes Warner, on Instagram, TikTok. Those are my two, diehard ones. YouTube, Facebook, really any of the platforms and my name. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, and we will talk to you very soon.
thank you for having me.
Yeah.